Hello, 1010 players. It is I, Mr. 10 Frames. Well, it has been 3 years since Los Wiggles came to the Wiggles YouTube channel, and I didn't know anything about it until episode 3, which was in the middle of July. It was interesting to hear Fernando, Zoe, and everybody singing songs in Spanish. And you know, I missed the summer of 2021. Everybody in the Wiggles community was excited about Los Wiggles. Although, there were some songs that were recycled from the Mariachi Wiggles from the Wiggles show from 2006. Speaking of that, I know that Los Wiggles came to the Latin America Disney Channel in 2006, but 15 years later, the show would then come to the Wiggles YouTube channel. My junior year of high school was almost over when the first episode was uploaded. There were more episodes uploaded when I was a senior in high school. 2021 had a great year for Los Wiggles since they gave us great songs and the repeated songs weren't haywire. Well, that's enough me talking though. Let's get on with the video. Episode 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 had an amazing and perfect start. Repeated songs were never a thing back then. It even gave us classic songs that my parents remember listening to them back when I was little, and that was Can You Point Your Fingers and Do the Twist, Fruit Salad, Rockabye Your Bear, Wake Up Gatti, which is obviously a Spanish version of Wake Up Jeff, Hot Potato, Get Ready to Wiggle, Move Your Arms Like Henry, and The Monkey Dance. They were a masterpiece. Both of the Wiggle House and the Sailing Around the World segments were awesome. I did set this in the ranking every Los Wiggles episodes, where I put episode 5 on the number 2 list, as it is still my number 2 favorite episode and still the best episode in my opinion. We had the Wiggle House segment where Professor Singalatsasonga singing Sydney Barcolo, where Sam sings that song in Spanish, Dorothy testing the group their musical knowledge, and when they moved into the Wiggle House. We then had the Sailing Around the World segment where Captain Feathersword introduces his pirate crew and his magic buttons after their radio being broken. And despite that episode 4 only had 5 songs, it was still an amazing episode. However, there is one thing I especially loved, and I talked about this in the top 5 best Zoe moments and in top 10 best Los Wiggles songs. Zoe singing I Can Do So Many Things. Her singing voice was outstanding. That's all I can say. Episodes 7, 8, 9, and 10 were also good as well, though episode 7 was when the repeated songs started, even though the Monkey Dance was only played at a fake live concert, but I felt like it would be counted as a repeated song. But hey, at least episode 7 gave us 6 new songs, and we also had not 1, but 2 Wiggly animation music videos, Butterfly Filts and A Frog Went A-Walking. There was even a Wiggle House segment where Gatti wanted to paint the Wiggle House. I also set this in the top 5 best Gatti moments where Gatti wanted to paint the Wiggle House is the best moment of her. And honestly, I feel like the segment was focused on Gatti. But this episode was still good in my opinion. Episode 8, another one repeated song, and that was Sorry Again, which we heard it in episode 5. And this song was played after the Sailing Around the World segment, where Captain's pirate crew is saying sorry to Captain Feathersword after hurting him, I guess. And I also talked about this in the top 5 best Sailing Around the World segments. We did had a Wiggly animation of I Climbed 10 Stairs, and I mentioned this in the ranking every Los Wiggles Wiggly animations, where I put it in the low ranking spot because, well, technically we heard this in the Mariachi Wiggles, which is also Wiggly animation. So basically it's recycled. Same animation movements, same song, same instrumental, same lyrics. I felt like it was pointless. But you know what? Episode 8 is still a good episode, I won't lie. Now, episode 9 is when we had not 1, but more than 2 repeated songs. Hot Potato from episode 5, Fruit Salad from episode 2, which is a fake live concert, and Didigadoodum from episode 5. But at least this episode gave us 3 new songs, which, you know, it's not that bad. At least we got a full song of Vegetable Soup, which is from Woohoo Wiggly Gremlins, and would be played after the Wiggle House segment where Gatti, Zoe, Francisco have to wash themselves after playing outside before eating vegetable soup. And one more thing, Quack Quack was also from the Mariachi Wiggles. That's all I gotta say. And now we have episode 10, and let's just say I love this episode so much. but it's not my favorite episode of all time. It gave us 8 songs, but get this, there was 6 new songs and, well, 2 repeated songs. That's what I like to call perfection. And since I'm a Cow is only in episode 10, this is literally the 4th time me talking about this song. Do I really need to explain this again? Well, aside from that, we did have a Sailing Around the World segment where Captain Feathersword teaches his pirate crew the Nikki Naki Naki new dance moves. I must say, having 8 songs sounded perfect for whatever reason. Looking back at episodes 7, 8, 9, and 10, they were good and great episodes to watch as it gave us a great amount of new songs and less repeated songs. But episode 10 will always be a perfect Los Wiggles episode from 2021. This is going to be short, but now it's time to talk about episode 11. It was a decent episode, and it wasn't that bad, but it's still a good episode though. Sure, it did give us 4 repeated songs, but it gave us a good variety of 3 new songs, which is 5 Little Ducks, Bucket of Dew, and Henry the Octopus. At least the Wiggle House segment was enjoyable where everybody was painting pictures. Isn't that fun? If I was in charge of making Los Wiggles episodes, I would have removed the monkey dance and replaced it with a new song. I could probably replace it with Dorothy's Dance Party or Dressing Up. The reason is it's because this is literally the 3rd time listening to this song, and I kind of don't want to listen to it for like the 3rd time. Well, overall, I guess episode 11 is a decent episode, but still good in my opinion. Okay, now I'm going to talk about episode 6 and episode 12. These were the only 2 episodes that were bad. Episode 6 only had 4 songs, and the worst part is that, you know how I mentioned this in the top 5 worst Los Wiggles episodes, and in ranking every Los Wiggles episodes, where the song Akapame Te Antha, We Love Anthems, was never played after the Sailing Around the World segment, where Captain Feathersword and his pirate crew do their own Olympics, and that was really disappointing. There is one thing that's going to sound like I'm nitpicking. In the Wiggle House segment, everybody is singing on what they love to do. There is one part where Gatti is singing that she loves to sleep, but it doesn't sound like she's singing. It sounds like she's talking. Take a listen.
Yo amo dormir, yo amo dormir. Todo el día, estoy soñolienta, cantando esta canción.
Yet she did an amazing job singing I'm a Cow in episode 10, even though this was before that. So I find this episode to be boring and somewhat worse. And now, episode 12. It was bad, but it's not the worst episode in my opinion. The fact that it only gave us 1 new song, and that was Uncle Noah's Ark, which I'm not a fan of that song, was pretty pointless. And not to mention that it gave us 4 repeated songs. Yes, episode 11 did have 4 repeated songs, but it gave us 3 new songs, not 1 new song. I felt like all the songs were just boring at all. Why did they have to play Walk Again? Why did they have to play Shaky Shaky again? Why did they have to play Dorothy's Birthday Party again? Why did they have to play the fake live concert of Can You Point Your Fingers and Do the Twist? Again. I guess the only good thing about this episode was the Wiggle House segment, where Zoe loses her appetite, and you know, this is the 3rd time talking about this. I just want to say that episode 6 and episode 12 were the only episodes that were terrible from 2021. So, were any of the episodes from Los Wiggles only from 2021 were good? I would say yes. Yes, they were. The repeated songs weren't out of control, and we started to enjoy new songs they gave us. The segments were amazing. I just missed 2021 for all that matter. 2022 of Los Wiggles, things started to get too much. The repeated songs were too much. Some episodes were not enjoyable. I have an upcoming video where I'm going to talk about why episode 21 through 26 of Los Wiggles were atrocious. So basically, it will be a part 2 of this video. Things were perfect from the beginning, and things went downhill like towards the last 6 episodes of the series. And looking back at 2021, I'll always have a memory lane of watching the beginning of Los Wiggles. Well then, if you enjoyed this video, make sure you like and comment. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon for notifications so you don't miss out on any new videos. And let me know in the comments below on what your thoughts on Los Wiggles from 2021. And with that being said, peace out everyone.